As-salamu alaykum, brothers and sisters. I'm Hamza. Welcome to Epic Ummah. Last time, in part 1, the Quraish, humiliated by their defeat at Badr, swore vengeance and gathered a formidable army of 3,000 warriors under the leadership of Abu Sufyan. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, though inclined to fortify Medina for a defensive stand, was persuaded by his companions to confront the enemy head-on. With only 700 Muslims, he marched to Uhud, strategically positioning archers on Ainain Hill to protect the flank. Now, in part 2, the tension breaks, and the battle erupts in a clash of faith and steel. I stand at the base of Mount Uhud, the first rays of the morning sun, warming my face and casting long, jagged shadows across the rocky terrain. The air is heavy with the scent of dust and sweat, and a faint breeze carries the distant clamor of the Quraish army, an ominous rumble that sets my nerves on edge. Before me stretches a vast sea of steel, 3,000 warriors clad in armor that glints like 1,000 tiny suns, their banners snapping in the wind, each one a testament to the tribes united in their thirst for revenge. On the left and right flanks, the Quraish cavalry looms, their horses snorting and pawing the earth with restless energy. Khalid ibn al-Walid, a name whispered with both fear and respect, commands one wing, his piercing gaze sweeping our lines for any sign of weakness. Opposite him, Krimah bin Abi Jahl leads another contingent, his riders gripping lances that catch the light, poised for the charge. Behind the front lines, the Quraish women, led by the fierce Hind Bint Utbah, stand defiant. Their drums beat a relentless rhythm, a pulsing heartbeat that reverberates through the ground beneath feet. Their chants rise above the din, sharp and venomous. "Avenge Badr! Strike them down! Let not a single one escape!" The sound stirs the Quraish warriors into a frenzy, their resolve hardening with every beat. Then, a figure emerges from their ranks. Abu Amir, the knave, a man once of Medina, now a turncoat draped in disgrace. He strides forward with false confidence, raising his arms as he calls to the Aus tribe among us. "O people of Aus, join me against Muhammad. He has deceived you." His voice cracks with desperation, betraying his unease. I turn to my brothers from the Aus. Their faces tighten, eyes narrowing with contempt. Without a word, they bend down, scooping up stones from the earth. "Begone, traitor!" they shout, hurling the rocks with force. "You have forsaken your people!" Abu Amir stumbles back, arms raised to shield himself as the barrage drives him away, his scheme crumbling like dust in the wind. Amidst this turmoil, the Prophet, peace be upon him, stands among us, his presence a steady anchor in the storm. His expression is calm, yet resolute, his eyes fixed on the enemy with unwavering determination. He raises his hand, and at his signal, our archers atop Ainain Hill draw their bows. A storm of arrows tears through the sky, darkening the heavens as they whistle toward the Quraish cavalry. Khalid's riders falter, horses rear in panic, men tumble from their saddles, and chaos ripples through their ranks. For a fleeting moment, the Quraish lines waver, and a surge of hope rises in my chest. Could victory be ours? The battlefield shifts as the battle proper begins, heralded by the ancient tradition of duels. From the Quraish ranks steps Talha bin Abi Talha, their standard bearer, a towering figure clutching the banner that symbolizes their pride. His voice thunders across the field, a challenge laced with arrogance. "Who dares face me? Let the bravest among you come forth." Ali ibn Abi Talib, the Prophet's cousin, answers the call without hesitation. He strides forward, his sword Zulfiqar gleaming in his hand, a blade gifted by the Prophet himself, its edge honed to perfection. The two warriors face each other, circling like predators, their eyes locked in a silent duel before steel meets steel. Talha strikes first, lunging with a vicious swing aimed at Ali's neck. But Ali moves like a shadow, parrying the blow with effortless grace. His counterattack is swift, a flash of silver as Zulfiqar sings through the air. The clash of their blades rings out, sharp and clear, a sound that pierces the chaos. The duel is fierce but fleeting. Ali feints to the left, then brings his sword down in a powerful arc. Talha raises his weapon to block, but he's a heartbeat too slow. Zulfiqar slices through his guard, and Talha collapses, the standard falling with him. A cheer erupts from our ranks, a fleeting moment of triumph, but the battle surges on. More duels flare across the field, the air thick with the clang of steel and the cries of the fallen. Then I see Hamza, the Prophet's uncle, charging into the fray. He is a lion in human form, his strength a legend among us. With every swing of his broadsword, he carves a path through the Quraish, felling foes like a storm uproots trees. His battle cry roars above the tumult. For Allah and His Messenger, we echo his words, our spirits lifted by his valor. I watch, heart swelling with pride, as Hamza turns the tide in our favor. But then, a shadow catches my eye. Wahshi, the Ethiopian slave, skulking at the edge of the fight. His javelin gleams in his hand, a weapon bought by Hind's promise of freedom, aimed at avenging her father's death at Badr. "Hamza, watch out!" screams, but the warning is swallowed by the chaos. Wahshi takes aim, his movements deliberate, and hurls the spear. It cuts through the air, a deadly streak, and strikes Hamza in the chest. Time slows as he staggers, the shaft buried deep. He looks down, then up to the sky, his lips moving in a final prayer. With a defiant roar, he falls, the earth trembling beneath him. "No!" cries, tears stinging the eyes. Hamza, the lion of Allah, is gone. Grief claws at me, but there's no time to mourn. Inspired by his sacrifice, we surge forward, driving the Quraish back, their lines buckling under our resolve. The Quraish falter, their retreat a chaotic scramble as our blades press them back. Their camp lies exposed before us, treasures of gold and silver glinting in the sun, spoils that beckon like a siren's call. Some of the companions, their eyes alight with greed, break ranks and rush toward the plunder. But then I hear voices from Ainain Hill. The archers, entrusted with guarding our flank, are in disarray. One shouts, "Look at all that wealth! We can't let it slip away." Another counters, "But the Prophet told us to stay here no matter what." The first scoffs, "The battle is won! What harm is there in claiming our share?" Abdullah bin Jubair, their leader, steps forward, his voice raw with urgency. "Brothers, remember your duty. The Prophet's orders were clear. Hold this position at all costs. The battle is not over until he says it is." But his words are drowned by the lure of riches. One by one, the archers abandon their post, scrambling down the hill, leaving only a handful behind with Abdullah, their faces etched with grim resolve. The Prophet had foreseen this temptation, his instructions a shield against such folly. Now, that shield is gone. In the distance, Khalid ibn al-Walid watches, his hawk-like eyes missing nothing. He seizes the moment, raising his sword to signal his cavalry. The ground shakes with the thunder of hooves as they charge Ainain, cutting down the loyal archers who remain. Abdullah fights to the last, his sword flashing, but he falls, his blood staining the hill. Khalid doesn't pause. He wheels his riders around, slamming into our rear with brutal force. At the same time, Ikrimah rallies the Quraish infantry, turning their retreat into a renewed assault. We're caught in a vice, attacked from front and back. our ranks dissolving into chaos. The taste of victory sours in our mouth as we fight for our life amidst the swirling madness. Through the haze of battle, we claw our way toward the Prophet, fear for his safety driving us forward. Dust chokes the air, mingling with the cries of the wounded and the relentless clash of steel. Arrows and stones rain down like a deadly storm, and we see the Prophet, peace be upon him, standing tall, his face a beacon of steadfastness. A stone strikes him, blood streaming down his cheek. He flinches but holds his ground. Then Ibn Qamiyah, a Quraish warrior with murder in his eyes, breaks through our lines. His sword swings down, catching the Prophet across the face, shattering his teeth and gashing his cheek. The Prophet stumbles, falling into a ditch, and my heart stops. Has the unthinkable come to pass? Ali and Talha leap to his side, pulling him from the pit. Bloodied but unbroken, the Prophet rises, his gaze fierce with determination. Ibn Qamiyah, emboldened, raises his sword again and bellows, "Muhammad is dead! I have killed him!" Panic sweeps through us, a cold wave threatening to drown our resolve. Yet the Prophet stands, his voice cutting through the fear. Allah is sufficient for us, and He is the best disposer of affairs. The words steady us, a lifeline in the storm, and we form a shield around him. Then Ubayy bin Khalf charges, his horse pounding the earth, spear aimed at the Prophet's heart. Long ago, the Prophet had vowed to end him for his treachery, and now destiny aligns. With calm precision, the Prophet takes a spear from a companion and hurls it. The shaft flies true, piercing Ubayy's neck. He tumbles from his mount, the vow fulfilled in blood. The Prophet's courage reignites our spirits. Though battered and weary, we hold firm, protecting him against the Quraish onslaught, our faith unyielding. The battle teeters on a knife's edge, our triumph twisted into turmoil. What lies ahead? In Part 3, we'll confront the grim aftermath, the Quraysh's savagery, the Prophet's enduring strength, and the timeless lessons forged in this crucible. Don't miss the final chapter. Subscribe and stay with us.